So, for those of you who don't know this about me, I like watching some VTubers. Some VTubers, and I can't say V very well because I don't have upper teeth, so I can't go V. All I have is gums. Oh, I got her gums. So saying V is really hard. VTuber. Basically, personalities behind an animated character. Basically, is what it is. Um, so for those of you who don't know, I like watching some of them. Only a select few. There's only a very few who I like to watch. And the first one that ever caught my attention was one that goes by the name Pikamee. And I know this is silly crying over this. I know it's kind of silly, but they are a human being behind it, behind the character. It's an actual human being. And they're basically quitting VTubing. Basically, they're going away. They're deleting all the videos. So if you are somebody out there who can like back up some of what she's done on YouTube, that way we can see it. We can look back on it fondly. Please do. But she's basically quitting. She wasn't fired. She's quitting. Of course, they're calling it a graduation, which is what kind of fucking. Who came up with that? Who can I smack across the face? Whoever came up with that terminology? They try to make it cuddly and nice and friendly, but really, what it amounts to is one of three things. You're either quitting, or you were fired, or you just weren't working out. They kind of had to let you go. It's one of the three things. Either way, it all amounts to one thing. You are going to vanish from social media. Your character will vanish from social media. And what this is, why this is happening is because of a game, a wizard game, and because of a large group of complete fucking wastes of life. You know who you are. You are a fucking waste of life. You're not doing anything. You're not making any real change. Harassing people over a fucking game is bullshit, and you're a dumb piece of fucking shit for doing it. I hope you rot in fucking hell. This isn't the first time they've done shit like this. There's been several people who they just bullied. They bullied her. They bullied Pikamee, and they've been bullying other people. Why? Over a game, all because it doesn't have a whole lot of link to somebody who they don't agree with. Basically, this is what it's come to. This is what it amounts to. And these people are so goddamn lazy to do anything that would invoke any real change. All right, they're trying to support the trans community because J.K. Rowling has an issue with trans people. And this isn't supporting the community. This is making the community look like a bunch of villains. This makes people. This will cause more division and make people dislike trans people more. All right. This doesn't help anything. This is causing issue. You shouldn't go around harassing other people. And make no mistake, Pikamee is a person. Yes, they're behind a character that animates with them, but they're still a person. They're still a human being. And because of your vile crusade, they quit because they couldn't handle the bullying. They've been bullied their entire life, by the way. Pikamee, from what I understand, she's part Japanese and part Western. Westerner. I don't know. I'm saying Westerner because I don't know exactly where in the West. I just know European. We'll say European. We'll say a European descent or something like that. So she's not fully Japanese. She has been bullied her entire life because of this fact. And all of a sudden, because she plays a game, she gets more bullying on the internet. The internet, if anything, should be an escape from this vile, stupid, ignorant bullshit. And for all the people that did this, I want to see you just sit on something big, hard, and covered in sandpaper and spin. Because you are an absolute fucking joke. You're not crusading and helping with anything. You're not doing anything real because you're being lazy. If you want to make real change, you have to go pick it. You have to go, I forget the word right off. I hate when I on a whim I can't remember a word. Uh you have to protest. You have to protest and not just protest, but you have to, you know, donate to these causes. And a lot of them don't have any money. That's the real hilarious part. A lot of these people are like, you'll show them, oh, well, here's these donations where you can help a group that supports trans people. I don't have any money. Oh, I don't have any money. No, this is because it's easier. It's easier to roll out of their bed in their PJs, get up, stroll up to their computer, and harass people online. You're vile. You have no real moral compass. You are an absolute fucking joke and a piece of shit. Thankfully, I'm not one of the people who are easily confused, I guess would be the way to word it. I'm not sure how to word it. But what I will say is what I mean by that is when it comes to the trans community, I still support trans people. And I can support trans people and also have some goddamn common sense and know that just because somebody plays a fucking game doesn't mean shit. You're not doing anything. You're not making any real change. You're not doing anything good. You're causing more harm than good by harassing people over a fucking video game. Fuck you. Get bent. Go to hell. This is why I hate the very far, this is why I'm a moderate, and I hate the very far left. I hate him. I hate them. I hate the extremely far left and the extremely far right for similar reasons. It's these extremes that on any side of the political spectrum where they think it's okay to bully people, where they think it's okay to harass people, where they think it's okay to shove their shit down your throat. All right? It's bullshit. Look, I have opinions. I believe there's only two genders. And I believe that you can I believe that these people can transition and it's fine. And I have nothing against them. All right? There's no hate in my heart for trans people. There's not. Doesn't mean I can't feel like there's only two things. There's masculine and feminine. So I yeah. I want to ask that people on YouTube do me a favor, just to show support for Pikamee. She has a catchphrase. She likes to do this a lot, and she will say so. So, and it doesn't really necessarily fit in with anything she's saying. She just will every now and then say so. So I want to see more people in solidarity with Pikamee say just every now and then say so. Just to show that we support her and that we will miss her and she is loved and we wish her well. This is wrong. This is, to me, this is about as bad as bullying somebody into killing themselves. There was a trans woman, and Dave Chappelle talked about this. It was a friend of his. She was a comedian. She was transgender. She was trans. Um, and she struggled, and the woke mob basically bullied her into killing herself. She killed herself because of the harassment and whatnot from a bunch of people that are you would think would be her friend because she's transgender. No, because this is not about decency. This is about an agenda, and the agenda is above everything else. That's what this is about. It's not about anything good or wholesome or true. It's not about anything It's nothing like that. This is just them wanting to be right and going to extremes to be right and to do something so they can pat themselves on the back because they think they made real change. You have done fuck all. And if anything, you have invoked the Streisand effect. So for those of you who are wondering what the Streisand effect is, the Streisand effect is when you raise a ruckus and you bring attention to something so much that it causes the exact opposite of what you're trying to accomplish. And as an example, Barbara Streisand had a place. She didn't want people to know where she lived. One person came around where she lived, and she didn't want people knowing that she lived there. And because she raised such a ruckus about this, Barbara Streisand raised such a ruckus about this, that now it got to the point that because of all the legal battles being in public and everything, and her raising a fit, that now everybody knows where she lives. That's the Streisand effect. That's why we call it that now, because she's the first one to do this. So basically, the way the Streisand is working in this particular situation is they have raised such a ruckus and been so out there and just been so terrible and made and it's been good. It's brought in more attention to the game, so the game has sold way better. So if there is money going back to J.K. Rowling, by the way, there's not a bunch of money going back to her. She's already gotten paid. That's the thing. When they wanted the license to make a game, she doesn't make money on the game. She makes money on the license. The license and the contracts were already signed. She already made that cash money, bitch. She already made it. You're not doing anything here. The only thing that you're doing is harassing people, bullying people off platforms. Okay? That's one thing, and my brain kind of died. All you're doing is bullying people off the platform. And you're bringing attention to the game so it sells even more. And the other thing is that you could be causing is if the game had did poorly because of your shenanigans, then a lot of people would have probably lost their jobs over this, because then the game wouldn't have sold well, and corporations don't think like the rest of us. Corporate figures don't think like the rest of us. They would have laid a lot of that blame on the developers. You would have made people lose their job, some of which I'm pretty sure aren't even straight people. They're not. They're probably part of the left, and you would make them lose their jobs over this bullshit. You think you're altruistic. You think you're doing good. You're not. You are a terrible fucking scumbucket. All of you. And it makes it really hard for me to want to support any of these groups when there are so many of you doing everything the wrong way. You're vile. You're disgusting. And I hope you fucking rot in hell. I hope something terrible happens to you people. I hope so. See, this is what's bad. Jesus Christ, this is what's really bad. I could be banned for saying these kinds of things. You're not supposed to attack a group on here. You're not supposed to attack a group. Shit. But the ones that I'm lashing out at are people who are doing wrong. All right? Don't harass and bully somebody over something like a fucking game. You are sick. You are disgusting. You are deplorable. And I hope that, what is it called? I hope that, what is it called when your actions have an effect back on you? Oh, my brain. Give me a second. I'm going to pause. Karma. That's what I was looking for. Karma is going to get you in the ass. That's what I hope happens, is karma gets you. What karma does is up to karma. But I hope they get you in the ass, because you deserve it. This is the Goof, and I'm out. Have a good one.